In 2022, my net worth was minus 22,000. And at the end of last year, 2025, it had grown to plus 100,000 pounds. And it's not because I started earning a lot more. It's because I started tracking these three numbers regularly. First is calculating your net worth. And this number provides some clarity. You know how we try to boost our income, maybe do an extra shift at work, or maybe do like added course at a better wage, or maybe we put some money into investments. So we do several things haphazard, and it all comes together with calculating your net worth. So this is my spreadsheet. Nothing complicated, just a Google Doc document. I've just blurred a few things out just for some privacy. So mainly you have three little boxes. First is your asset column, and then is your liabilities. And then with that, calculate your net worth. So your assets minus your liability. I tend to track this about 4 times a year. I've just done one now in January. The next one is in April and July and so on. I think the net worth is a very good number to track because it shows us the overall picture, because we may be doing different bits, but overall it shows us progress if we calculate our net worth. Also, it helps you track down your investments and see how the growth is over time. The next thing I track is your monthly budget. People often think budget is writing down what you have spent. So last week I spent A, B, C, and D. But actually budget is looking forward and planning for what you plan on spending. So this is my budget, nothing complicated. I just have a document again on Google Docs. On one side is my fixed expenses. I do not track this month on month. I track this maybe 2-3 times a year just to make sure it's ticking along fine. On this side, I also have the less infrequent expenses like the annual insurance, the annual holiday that we go to, the birthday budget. If you save for Christmas, New Year, Eid, that's your annual expenses. So this side of the spreadsheet I update only as and when is required. The other side of the spreadsheet is the more frequent, the variable expenses. So for this, I've allocated budget. So I know I want to spend 500, 600, 800, whatever your monthly budget is. You would decided you want to allocate this much for your monthly grocery budget. You may want to spread it out into different categories. So grocery spending, eating out budget, entertainment budget. So you may want to divide this into so many subheadings. But this, for me, I just break this down into 2 categories: my grocery spending as well as my miscellaneous expenses. At the end of the week, I total up these expenses and I tell my husband and my children how much we have for the rest of the month. So the needs and wants can be a little bit more better managed. So say my children want the 3rd McDonald's in that month. They know maybe not this is the only amount we have for the rest of the month. Maybe we can put it off till next month. So we all have some self-awareness on what is left in our budget and what we can afford to spend. Another thing, budget causes a lot of restriction. Budget is actually what gives you financial freedom. You've heard of rich people going broke. You've heard of a normal everyday person with a humble income having substantial amount of money. So it is the difference between what we earn and what we spend. The difference between that is what causes our financial freedom. So although budget, the term feels restrictive, that is the number. That is what actually gives us our financial freedom. Third number that I regularly track is our credit score. This is the number that helps you build assets. So if you are a property owner or aspiring property owner, or even want to have a rental portfolio, your ability to borrow at a reduced rate or a competitive rate can be the difference of thousands of pounds every month. I check mine and my husband's credit score every 6 months or so, and I put this in a spreadsheet. If any of you watching this video are working on building your credit score, I've done a lot of things over the last several years building my credit score. I've attached a little video if you want to check it out and want to work on your credit score. So credit score is usually not to see progress. It is that as well, but it's mainly to see if there's any drastic dips in your credit score or if something that needs your attention. If you want your 2026 to be different to your other years, try and track these numbers: your net worth, your budget, and your credit score. And if you want real life example of how little systems can add up, I've attached a video on how my bank pays me £50 a month. You may want to check it out.